This is the match. When I heard it was announced by the officials at Supreme Pro Wrestling, I was like, are you kidding me? I knew a main event that we were going to have a 5-way for the SPW Heavyweight Championship, and then you add something like this. This should be an instant classic.
Yeah, you know, Alan Sanchez, TV fame. I'm Junior Bruce, and yeah, this is as all the makings of being a classic. Of course, Mr. Athletic, Jeff Cobb, has been putting on classics the last few months here in SPW, at the SPW Arena, and everybody thinks the world of Ryan McQueen. This guy is sensational. Super bright future ahead of them. It's going to be interesting to see where, you know, the speed, agility, and athleticism meets the powerhouse and athleticism tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that can go any way. I mean, these are big names like you were talking about in this business. This is the future we're seeing right here in the Supreme Pro Wrestling. And the man who can come out on top of this can really, as he turns and really turn.
Really cranking on that.
Right. Who can come out on top. I mean, this will go throughout the world, the internet wrestling world. If somebody here is going to make a name, or they have that over that other person. So when they're traveling with different companies around the world, they're always going to think, yep, Jeff Cobb is the one that got over on Ryan McQueen, or Ryan McQueen got over on Jeff Cobb. We're going to see who can have that kind of bragging rights from this matchup.
Well, you know, an interesting wrinkle to this matchup, too, Alan, is, you know, last month, you know, Jeff Cobb took on Adam Thornstowe in their second outing, and it ended in, you know, Thornstowe getting a concussion. Jeff Cobb nearly knocking himself out as well.
I know. It was devastating. And if you haven't had a chance to see that, you can always go to Supreme Pro Wrestling TV. That's our YouTube page where you can check out all our matches. We are bringing you full matches. And go ahead and share that with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. But obviously the best place to watch a wrestling match is live.
Well, absolutely. There's nothing beats live. But to go back to this match, the wrinkle is Ryan McQueen, he's a student of Adam Thornstowe. These guys came out of Reno together. So it's just interesting to see Cobb kind of, you know, is he going after, you know, Thornstowe and family? Is that his mission?
Right. I mean, you make a great point there. I mean, that's those kind of the answers we're going to figure out here. But I'm just looking at the wrestling technique of Ryan McQueen. I mean, he's still trying to stay in there with someone like Mr. Athletic. How can you figure to go 1-on-1 in wrestling with that? But, I mean, you have to understand this young kid in Ryan McQueen always goes in there as like he's got to prove that he's at the level of these older men, the men who've been in here for 10, 15 years, that he can go with anyone. And that's why he wanted this matchup against Jeff Cobb. But Jeff Cobb with a big shoulder tackle cover, able to get out of it quickly into a lockup to get the advantage. He puts the weight on top of Ryan McQueen, and Ryan McQueen trying to turn that arm to see if he can, yeah, and he does. And wrenches it. Ooh, turns it. Oh, you got to be impressed by Ryan McQueen.
Yeah, McQueen's showing that he can take anything Cobb can dish out, and he can give it back just the same.
And really, look at just really wrenching on that back of the neck. Just draining any kind of, look at that, just really pulling it back, just trying to just drain any kind of momentum that someone like Jeff Cobb could bring to this matchup.
Well, you know, if you cut the blood flow off
right
to the brain, you know, suddenly that guy can't think too well. He can't breathe too well.
Look at that. Look at those big legs. Ooh. Big legs by Jeff Cobb.
Treating Ryan McQueen's head like a walnut right now between those
exactly. You know, I see Jeff Cobb walking around as you and I do, and you can't, if you haven't seen him in person, you don't realize how big of a man, how strong he is, how much, especially when it comes to his legs. And look at how impressive that is, as Ryan McQueen is trying to essentially pop his head out, and he does, and the crowd appreciating that.
And, you know, Jeff Cobb might be Mr. Athletic, but McQueen is, you know, athletic in his own right.
And smart there by senior official Sparky Ballard as he's checking, making sure that both both shoulders are not down. Oh, and both men. I mean,
wow.
I mean, you're running into a wall right there.
Yeah, McQueen took him out with a nice shoulder block, but got thrown off his own feet. So it's tough to say who got the worst of that.
Right, and like we said, he's just a lot of man in Jeff Cobb.
You know, you're right. We do get to see these guys walking around, and every time I look at a guy like Jeff Cobb, Ryan McQueen, Adam Thornstowe, even J.R. Kratos, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I got to do something different with my life.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, yeah, and you imagine these men not only are as athletic and well built as they are, quickly to a pin and another one. Is that you have to imagine like a lot of these men are.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh, but look how smart that was to roll out of it too.
Wow.
I mean, that's just, come on.
I've never seen a transition, rolling him up with his leg into like a variation of a fireman's carry. That was incredible.
Wow.
And McQueen's counter to that was equally as incredible. I think Cobb is
exactly.
He's starting to recognize that he can't take McQueen lightly at all.
No, and this is the thing. These two men don't have a lot of experience in the ring with each other. Like you said, he doesn't have a lot of experience when it comes to Jeff Cobb with a lot of the Reno crew, if you will, taking on only Adam for the first time only a few months ago. And these men have been in the business for almost a decade, and they've only had their first chances at each other. And up and over goes Ryan McQueen and rolls out of it. Ooh, and called him over. He's going to try maybe go for some kind of suplex. Does it, able to reverse it, and oh, but he was able to kick himself away and drop kicked him right into the corner.
I think McQueen's speed and agility is catching Cobb off guard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly right. As he kicked him with another drop kick, trying to bring the big man down. And is he going to go for another one? Oh, it puts him with the big shoulder into the corner.
Snapmare, stiff kick.
Ooh, man, he really put that foot into him. And ooh, another drop kick.
Having a drop kick in the middle of the back, it looks like the average person could survive it, but really, it takes a guy like Cobb to make that, taking something like that look easy.
Right. I mean,
and he still looks like he's in pain.
He's holding onto the ropes to keep himself in any kind of leverage, and he throws a big right foot, but that only does minimal damage, as Ryan McQueen right now is on fire. Those big elbows. Ooh, man.
When we came into this match, Alan, I didn't know what to expect, but I thought Cobb would have a bit more of an advantage.
Yep.
What with his experience, his size, and his strength.
I agree with you 100%. I go, this will be a great matchup, but the advantage has to go to Cobb. I want to see, to Cobb. I thought Cobb would be more of the dominator, but right now we're seeing Ryan McQueen dominating this matchup as he throws him right into that turnbuckle. And, ooh, to the chest goes McQueen. McQueen now just 100% control. He looks like he's the one that's been wrestling for over a decade. It finds him with that knee. And that could be enough. That was across the chest, too. And Mr. Athletic is got to go into the playbook to figure out what kind of plays he's going to be, what kind of moves he can do against someone like Ryan McQueen.
Something's got to give right now. I mean, it's one thing to have no quit. It's one thing to take all the punishments been dished out to you, but if you can't find a way to get through it, to find an opening.
Ooh, and there's that opening that you were talking about.
I spoke too soon, Alan.
Oh, man. Ooh. I mean, he put everything into that clothesline. Now both men trying to get to their feet. Who will be the first one? Looks like big uppercut there.
Well, it's like Mama used to say when we were kids. If life presents you a problem, deliver a vicious clothesline.
Yeah, I don't know what you lived up, house you lived in, but that's, I guess, a way to look at things. As Cobb now in control. Into the ropes goes McQueen. McQueen, ooh, gets a big chop across the chest and even hurt his hand.
Yeah, I think he might have hurt himself on that one.
Because he's putting a lot into cover. Only a 1. Sparky Balor, senior official. The only man for a job like this to officiate this match.
The first time Cobb took on Thornstowe, we saw it here in SPW Arena. It was a 20-minute time limit draw, and it went to a draw. The fans asked for and got 5 more minutes, and that too ended in a draw. this is a 20-minute time limit here tonight. I think we could be staring down the barrel of another draw.
It's very possible because these are men who don't want to quit. They don't want to lose. They're not used to losing. Ooh, he just caught him like a rag doll. Oh! Have you seen? What do you even call that? Cover. That could be enough. 2. Oh!
I'm sorry. Listen, I might be the genius, but I have no idea what that's called. I've never seen that before.
They're making up moves here at Supreme Pro Wrestling. That was incredible there by Mr. Athletic. I didn't know you could turn a body. He's carrying.
You can't. You can't do that, Alan.
That's why you don't see it.
You can't do what he just did.
Oh my gosh.
The laws of physics deny that.
And McQueen to his feet. I don't know how. And he's able to get that. A jawbreaker. Duck under there by McQueen. Oh, fast. They're picking up some steam. And both men meet in the middle.
Both going for a cross-body block. Both men on the ground in pain.
I mean, they were in midair and they met. It could be a matter of what man gets up first.
It's like when the irresistible force meets the unmovable object.
Yeah, absolutely. The 6 count there by senior official Sparky Ballard, and on their knees as they return fists and elbow. Ooh, that one really caught Cobb. An uppercut there. Ooh, that almost put McQueen back down. And
these are some really stiff shots.
I mean, really stiff.
This ain't child's play, man.
No, and these are men.
Wow.
Look at that.
Hooking the neck, delivering several vicious European uppercuts.
Oh, misses. He could have caught him right there, but he caught him with his right. And look at that combination there. Winding it up, and look at that. Turns him over, pulls him in that small package. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and the win is there by Jeff Cobb.
Wow, he snuck one out.
What a match that we just saw here.
What a back and forth. What a statement match, I think, from McQueen. Cobb, he really had to fight his way out of this.
Right.
I was expecting more of a decisive victory from Cobb coming into this.
Oh, yeah, and I think you can kind of see it in his face right now, Jeff Cobb.
He expected it too.
Yeah, I think he thought he'd come in here, hey, I've been doing this longer. I was wrestling while Ryan McQueen was in high school looking for his first date to sophomore winter formal. And now
the enchantment under the sea dance, I think, is what you meant,
remember. That's exactly what I was saying. But look at that. I mean, that's awesome.
Good sportsmanship.
What they did was incredible. It's like, wait, look at that respect. Look at that respect. That's what you can expect here at Supreme Pro Wrestling with 2 men. All they do is want to win. They want to bring it all into any match they do. I have a feeling this is not the last time we're going to see a match like this from these 2 men.
Absolutely not.
It's incredible. I'm impressed. We still have a lot more, including that main event. We'll be back.